Welcome to the Bootstrap Mogul Podcast, where we bring you the grassroots tips, tricks, and stories in everything entrepreneurship, digital marketing, and personal development. I'm your host, Andres Holguin. Hello, and welcome, Bootstrap Moguls. I'm your host, Andres Holguin, and I am so thrilled to have you join me for another episode of the Bootstrap Mogul Podcast, the place where we celebrate entrepreneurship and share insights on starting and growing a successful business or side hustle from scratch. Today, we're going to dive deep into a topic that's not only close to my heart, but also crucial for any entrepreneur out there: building a strong entrepreneurial network. Now, this is about way more than just exchanging business cards or shooting LinkedIn invitations into the void. We're talking about forming genuine, meaningful connections that can propel your entrepreneurial journey to new heights. You know, when I was starting out on my entrepreneurial journey, it often felt like I was navigating a stormy sea alone in a tiny boat. And to be honest, it still feels that way sometimes. And I was so full of ideas and ambition, but translating that into a viable business, well, it was intimidating to say the least. And in those moments of uncertainty, I found myself longing for a network, for a group of people who understood the unique challenges I was facing, people who could offer advice, share their experiences, or simply listen when things got tough. But building this network wasn't something that happened overnight. It required effort, patience, and a dash of vulnerability. And let me tell you, it has been worth every moment of uncertainty, every awkward conversation, every nerve-wracking event attended. It was these connections that helped me shape my ideas into reality. They've been instrumental in every step of my entrepreneurial journey, and that's the power of a strong network. It's not just about contacts, it's about community. So today we're going to explore how to build, nurture, and make the most of your entrepreneurial network. Whether you're just starting out or already have a growing business, whether you're an extrovert or an introvert like myself, this episode has something for you. So get comfortable, grab your favorite drink, and let's dive into the world of entrepreneurial networking. All right, moguls, let's dive right in. So what exactly do we mean when we talk about entrepreneurial networking? Well, it's really about building relationships, about connecting with like-minded individuals and professionals who can inspire you, mentor you, or even collaborate with you. But let me be clear here. When we're talking about networking, we're not talking about that transactional, I give you my business card, you give me yours kind of interaction. That's not the heart of networking, at least not the kind that leaves a lasting impact. True networking is about building genuine connections with people, about engaging in meaningful conversations, about learning from each other, and yes, about helping each other. Now, why is networking important, you might ask? Well, let me tell you, it's about so much more than just getting your name out there. It's about building a support system, about having a group of people who can offer advice, share opportunities, and give you honest feedback. And most importantly, it's about learning. Because every interaction, every connection offers an opportunity to learn something new. And in the world of entrepreneurship, continuous learning is the name of the game. Now, don't just take my word for it, though. Let's look at some real-world examples. A great one that comes to mind that I've talked about in the past is Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn. Now, you might think of LinkedIn as just another social media platform, but at its core, LinkedIn is a powerful tool for networking. Reid Hoffman understood the power of connections. He knew that opportunities often come from the people we know and from the relationships that we build. And so that's why he created LinkedIn. He wanted to build a platform that makes it easier for professionals to connect with each other, to share opportunities, and to learn from each other. And now today, LinkedIn is not just a platform, it's a global community of professionals networking and helping each other grow. Now just think about it. Through LinkedIn, you can connect with industry leaders, successful entrepreneurs, and talented professionals from all over the world right from the comfort of your own home. You can join groups related to your industry, participate in discussions, and stay updated on the latest trends and opportunities. In a way, LinkedIn has democratized networking, making it accessible to anyone with an internet connection. So, yes, networking is powerful and it's essential for anyone looking to start or grow a business. It's about building relationships and about learning and growing together and about creating a community that supports and uplifts each other. And the best part, anyone can do it. It doesn't matter whether you're starting from or where you're starting from or how introverted you might think you are. With the right approach and mindset, you too can build a strong entrepreneurial network. So, are you ready to dive deeper into the world of networking? Let's do it. Now, we just talked about what entrepreneurial networking is and why it's important. Now, let's delve into the concrete benefits a strong entrepreneurial network can bring to you and your business. So, first and foremost, networking opens doors. Yes, I'm talking about opportunities. These could be potential partnerships, mentorships, or even investments. Remember, every connection that you make brings with it a unique set of experiences, skills, and resources that can enrich your journey. So think of networking like planting seeds. Now, you may not see the fruit immediately, but given time and care, these connections can grow into relationships that yield incredible benefits. So let's take a real world example. Drew Houston and Arash Ferdowsi, the co-founders of Dropbox. This pair first met at MIT where they bonded over shared interests. Their connection eventually led them to co-found Dropbox, one of the world's most successful cloud storage services. And without their initial connection, without that shared spark of an idea and the mutual support they provided each other, Dropbox might never have existed. So that's the power of networking. It can lead to collaborations that change the course of your entire journey and even the world. Now, the second benefit of a strong entrepreneurial network is idea validation and brainstorming. Now, how many times have you had a business idea that you just weren't sure about? We've all been there, and it's in these moments where your network can truly shine. Imagine having a group of like-minded, experienced entrepreneurs you can bounce ideas off. These individuals can provide you with objective feedback, helping you to identify potential flaws and areas of improvement in your ideas. This is something that's extremely valuable, and yet it's often overlooked. And it's not just about getting feedback on your ideas. It's about gaining new perspectives, sparking fresh ideas, and coming up with innovative solutions. And that's the beauty of having a diverse entrepreneurial network. Each person brings a unique perspective to the table. So there you have it. Networking opens doors to new opportunities and provides a platform for idea validation and brainstorming. Now, these are just some of the benefits a strong network that can provide. And trust me, the list goes on. But remember, like any worthwhile pursuit, networking requires effort, authenticity, and a genuine interest in others. It's not about what you can get, but what you can give. And that's the heart of networking, and that's what we'll be discussing in the next segment. Welcome back, Bootstrap Moguls. We've covered what entrepreneurial networking is, why it's important, and the benefits it can bring. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how to actually build an entrepreneurial network. So number one, cultivate authentic relationships. I cannot stress this enough. Networking is not about collecting business cards or increasing your LinkedIn connections for the sake of numbers. It's about building meaningful, genuine relationships. This means taking an interest in others, actively listening, and finding common ground. It's about understanding the other person's needs and seeing how you can add value to their journey, just as they can add value to yours. So moving on to the second point, attending industry events. That's conferences, webinars, meetups, you name it. These events are great platforms to meet like-minded individuals and industry leaders. They are places where you can learn, share ideas, and build relationships. And remember, don't limit yourself to events in your specific industry. Often, the most innovative ideas come from the intersection of different fields. So be open, be curious, and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Now, let's talk about the role of online platforms. Look, we live in a digital era where networking is no longer confined to physical spaces. Like I mentioned, LinkedIn and now Twitter, Facebook groups, industry specific forums, these are all valuable platforms for networking. And just like with offline networking, the key here is to be active, be genuine, and provide value. So engage with others, share your insights, and be part of the conversation. Number 4, join or create mastermind groups. Mastermind groups are small, intimate groups of entrepreneurs who meet regularly to share their challenges, successes, and ideas. And being part of a mastermind group can be incredibly beneficial. It's like having a support system, a brainstorming team, and a source of accountability all in one. And finally, remember the importance of giving before getting in a network. This is perhaps the golden rule of networking. So when you approach networking with the mindset of giving, be it advice, resources, or a listening ear, you are more likely to build strong, mutually beneficial relationships. Now, let's be clear, building a strong network won't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and a whole lot of authenticity. But I promise you, it's worth it. Because at the end of the day, entrepreneurship is not a solo journey. It's about building together, growing together, and yes, succeeding together. So, my fellow moguls, are you ready to start building your entrepreneurial network? Let's do this together. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but Andres, I'm an introvert. Networking just isn't my thing. And let me tell you, I get it. Networking can seem daunting, especially if you're someone who needs their alone time to recharge. But let me tell you, introverts can be just as effective at networking, if not more so. It's about playing to your strengths and finding networking strategies that work for you. So, first off, one-on-one meetings, great networking tool for introverts. They allow for deeper, more meaningful connections, and they can be less draining than those larger networking events. So don't be shy to invite someone you admire for a coffee chat or a virtual meetup. You'd be surprised at how open people are to sharing their insights and experiences. Secondly, online platforms are your best friend. They allow you to network at your own pace in your own space. You can engage in discussions, share your insights, and build relationships without the energy drain that can come with larger in-person events. And don't underestimate the power of written communication, a strength many introverts possess. You can share thoughtful comments on LinkedIn posts, send personalized connection requests, or even start a conversation on Twitter or Threads, and these can all be effective ways to build connections. Now, you might be thinking, but do introverts really success in networking? Absolutely. Just take a look at Larry Page, the co-founder of Google. Page is known to be an introvert, but guess what? His ability to build meaningful relationships, to connect with the right people at the right time, played a crucial role in the formation and growth of Google. You see, Page didn't let his introverted nature stop him from networking. Instead, he used it to his advantage because he built deep relationships, leveraged his ability to listen, and used his thoughtfulness to navigate the entrepreneurial landscape. Remember, networking is not about being the loudest person in the room. It's about being the most effective communicator, the best listener, and the most genuine connector. And these are qualities introverts often excel at. So to all the introverted moguls out there, just like me, don't shy away from networking. Embrace your unique qualities. Find the networking strategies that work best for you and watch as doors of opportunity open. Now remember, networking is not a one-size-fits-all. It's a personal journey that you get to design. So whether you are an introvert or an extrovert, a newbie or a seasoned entrepreneur, the power of networking is available to you. You just need to reach out and grab it. Now, we've talked about the what, why, and how of entrepreneurial networking. We've even covered some networking strategies for my introverted listeners out there. Now, let's discuss a few common networking mistakes and, more importantly, how to avoid them. Now, one of the most common mistakes entrepreneurs make when networking is a lack of follow-up. Imagine you meet someone at an industry event, you have a great conversation, and then nothing. No email, no call, no LinkedIn connection. It's like that connection just fades into thin air. So consistency is key in networking. So make sure to follow up within a few days of making a new connection. Send them a LinkedIn request, an email, or even a quick message saying you enjoyed the conversation and would love to keep in touch. It doesn't have to be complicated, just a simple and genuine gesture. Another common pitfall is only networking when you need something. This is a big no-no. Networking is about building authentic relationships, and that is going to require time and genuine effort. If you only reach out to your network when you need a favor, it can feel really transactional, and that can damage potential and existing relationships. So, to avoid this, make sure to regularly engage with your network. Comment on their posts, congratulate them on their achievements, and reach out to them just to check in. Make it a habit to add value to your network without expecting anything in return. It's about building trust and showing your connections that you genuinely care about them and their journey. Also, try not to overlook non-traditional networking opportunities. Networking isn't just about attending industry events or joining professional organizations. It can really happen anywhere. You might meet your next business partner at a local community event or in an online book club. But don't limit yourself by thinking networking can only happen in certain spaces. Be open to the potential of forming connections everywhere you go, whether it's online or offline. And lastly, remember to be yourself. Authenticity is crucial in networking. People connect with realness, not pretense. So share your true self, your true passions, and your true journey. Believe me, people are more likely to connect with someone who is genuine and real rather than someone who is trying too hard to impress. Now remember, moguls, networking is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time, consistency, and like I mentioned, a whole lot of authenticity. So be patient, be genuine, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Because building a strong entrepreneurial network can be one of the most rewarding experiences of your journey. So now that we've covered how to build a network and the common mistakes to avoid, let's talk about nurturing and maintaining that network. Because as we all know, building the network is just the first step. The real work lies in nurturing those relationships and keeping them strong over time. So first and foremost, regular check-ins are essential. You don't need to chat every day or every week because that can be overwhelming. But a simple hello or catch up every now and then goes a long way. It's all about maintaining that connection even when you don't need anything. Remember, you read an article, let's say you read an article that you think of a conversation you had with a connection. Share it with them. If you found an opportunity that you think they would be perfect for, let them know. It's about being thoughtful and showing your connections that you value them. Next, celebrating your achievements is key. Did someone in your network land a big client, launch a new product, or even celebrate a work anniversary? Congratulate them. It's a simple gesture, but it shows that you're supportive and that you care about their success. Remember, nurturing your network is not about what you can get out of it. It's about mutual support and growth. It's about building a community where everyone lifts each other up. And that's why mutual support is so crucial in maintaining a strong network. Support your connections in their endeavors, share their posts, attend their webinars, and be there for them in their moments of doubt. And trust me, they will do the same for you. Also, make sure to give without expecting anything in return. Yes, networking is about mutual support, but it's not a tit-for-tat game. You give because you genuinely want to, not because you expect something in return. This mindset will not only help you build stronger relationships, but it will also make the process of networking much more rewarding. So, moguls, remember, nurturing and maintaining your network is just as important as building it. And the key to doing this is consistency, genuine interest, and mutual support. With these, you'll not only have a strong entrepreneurial network, but also a community that supports and grows with you. Well, we've come to the end of another fantastic episode. We've journeyed together through the ins and outs of building, nurturing, and maintaining a strong entrepreneurial network. Remember, networking is not just about business. It's about relationships, support, and growth. It's about creating a community that champions each other's success. It's about opening doors, sharing ideas, and above all, helping each other navigate the often tricky path of being a business owner. So, key takeaways from today's episode: build genuine relationships, not just contacts. Make regular but thoughtful contact with your network. Celebrate their achievements and support them in their ventures. And always be authentic. So get out there or jump online and start building your network. And remember, every connection you make is a potential door to a world of opportunities. I hope today's episode has given you the tools and motivation to start or strengthen your network. It's a powerful tool, and I can't wait to hear about the connections you'll make and the opportunities they'll bring. Now, next week, we'll be diving into another essential entrepreneurial topic, which is harnessing the power of social media for your startup. We're going to look at strategies, success stories, and even some pitfalls to avoid. It's going to be a great episode, so make sure to tune in. All right, moguls, before we wrap up for today, I have a few quick reminders and calls to action for you. So first off, if you're finding value in this podcast, which I hope you are, I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button on your podcast platform of choice. This will not only ensure that you don't miss any future opportunities or any future episodes, but it also helps us reach more budding entrepreneurs like yourself. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Andres Holguin. You've been listening to the Bootstrap Mogul podcast. And until next time, keep hustling, keep growing, and remember, you're just one connection away from your next big opportunity.